All right, how does the principle of equal enforcement of the law get perverted into only justice for some? Well, here's a hint for you. That's how you do it. I'm Alan Barton. Welcome to a special episode of The Front Page for our Facebook fans. Earlier today, former Department of Justice Voting Rights Section Chief Christopher Coates testified before the Civil Rights Commission on the new Black Panther voting intimidation case. Why don't we take a look at some of that testimony?
Ms. King, Mr. Rosenbaum, Mr. Kappelhoff, Ms. Clark, a large number of the people working in the voting section and in the Civil Rights Division, and many of the liberal private groups that work in the civil rights field believe, incorrectly but vehemently, that enforcement of the protections of the Voting Rights Act should not be extended to white voters, but should be extended only to protecting racial, ethnic, and language minorities. The final disposition of the Panther case, even in the face of a default by the defendants, was caused by this incorrect view of civil rights enforcement, and it was intended to send a direct message, in my opinion, to people inside and outside the Civil Rights Division. That message is that the filing of voting cases, like the Ike Brown case and the new Black Panther Party case, would not continue in the Obama administration.
All right, I'm here with Terry Jones of Investors Business Daily and Alex Epstein of the Ayn Rand Center for Individual Rights. All right, Terry, so what was interesting here is that they had, these guys didn't show up in court. I mean, there's going to be a summary judgment because they didn't even show up in court to defend themselves, and the Justice Department dismissed it right at that moment on a case that was like in the bag, like no problem. Didn't even have to go to trial, and they dismissed it. So what do you think of what's happening here and the significance of his testimony? I mean, Christopher Coates has a pedigree going back 35 years, I think, or to the Carter administration, so they can't knock this as like some Bush appointee or something.
Yeah, we're not talking about somebody who's who's an in-the-bag conservative or anything like that. Yeah. No, his testimony today was absolutely devastating, and we have an administration that has promised to bring us all together, but this shows that they don't believe in one system of justice for all of us. They believe that there are two systems of justice, one for people they think deserve a break and another for the rest of us. If even two-thirds of what he says is true, Eric Holder is wasting time in not resigning right away. Eric Holder is a disgrace. This is an outrage. I don't think any American can look at our Justice Department now and say that Lady Liberty has a blindfold on. She's peeking and she wants to make sure that you're the right race or the right victim status before making her decision.
Well, Alex, let me play devil's advocate. There's limited time, limited resources. The Voting Rights Act was designed to protect minorities. So if they say, look, if we're going to devote time and money to prosecuting a case, it's going to be for minority plaintiffs, not minority defendants. What would you say?
Well, I mean, in terms of prosecuting under that particular act, it depends on the exact provisions of that act, which I don't know exactly how they apply here. But in general, if you have criminal activity being perpetrated by minorities, that's on a large scale, that should be an interest of the Justice Department, and the legal system of the country should cover it. It's really, I mean, it's really horrible that we're in a state where our laws are so malleable, both to persecute the innocent and to absolve the guilty, where one administration can leave and another one can come in and say, yeah, those criminals that you were going after, they're not criminals anymore. They kind of like us and they support us. I mean, that is just the hallmark of corrupt, non-objective law that empowers tyrants.
All right, that's all the time we have on this segment. Thank you, panelists. Alex Epstein with the Ayn Rand Center for Individual Rights and Terry Jones, Associate Editor for Investors Business Daily. If you appreciate PJTV's live coverage of these important hearings and our analysis of them, be sure to let your friends know about it. While cable news was obsessed with Stephen Colbert on Capitol Hill and Lindsay Lohan going back to jail, PJTV actually brought you real news of the day. Tell us what you think in the comments section below. For PJTV's Front Page, I'm Alan Barton.